Hello, welcome back to Auction Spy. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be appraising a property for sale in Shepton Mallet in Somerset. This is the show where we appraise sites that are going to auction. We try to work out the different strategies that can be applied to a property or a lot, and we monitor the property after it goes to auction and determine from the sold price what the probable strategy the user or the purchaser would be applying to the lot. So without taking too much of our time, let's just look at the lots that I've selected today. It's this one at 18 High Street, Shepton Mallet, Somerset. I chose Somerset for today. The guide price is 80,000 to 120,000. Now the reason this is attractive to me is because it's a multi-unit property. As you can see, there's commercial on the ground floor and you have two flats on the upper floors. Now this would be a mixed use in Somerset. It looks exciting, it looks interesting. I also looked at the sale prices and I can see some interesting prices. So even if we go on the 55,000 that was achieved in 2006, there might still be some leeway for us to make some level of profit, and everything here is on the high street. Now what we don't know is if all of this was residential. I suspect these L's, i.e. the leaseholds, must be residential. So let's see what the figures tell us. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to the legal documents from here because there's an issue with the link. So I went direct to the site, which is Cooper and Tanner's site. You get a bit more information on conclusion of the auction successful bid. These are just the usual terms that you get. As always, if you are going for a property like this, make sure you get a legal person to go through the auction paperwork. Now there is stamp duty to pay, but perhaps because of COVID-19 that will be deferred, so that's a good thing. But other than that, everything else is fine. Now, the other thing is the floor plan. The floor plan's on here somewhere. Solid floor plan. Further down, see the floor plan. Is that the area map there? I don't know what that is at the back. That's additional land or something. Should be able to get that from the paperwork. Due to the current COVID situation, yeah, everything's online. Get that. Just looking at the floor plan area, where is it gone? Anyway, so 75 square meters for one of the flats, very huge. The other one's 52 square meters, fairly large as well. They're both 2 bedrooms, so that's quite nice. The internal accommodation is a basement, 27. Okay, that's really what the bit that sticks out on the floor on the area map. And this is an empty takeaway shop. Now with this, I'm thinking if it's a shop, could we get an additional flat at the rear of the ground floor and turn it into 3 flats with a smaller shop up front? Maybe that's a possibility. If we can get to the floor. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Enlarge this. So on here it says 94.3 square meters. Maybe that's because of the basement or something. But okay, the cellar is different. But if it's 94 square meters, that might be correct. But if it is, then there's potential to have a flat at the rear, a 1-bed flat, so that'll be about 50 square meters. And then the shop up front will be 40 square meters. The upper floors, we've got 63 and 66. That differs from the from what we see in the brochures. So that would be interesting to get that checked out. So what we have is 2 beds, 1 bed with a commercial at 40 square meters, and the seller tends not to have any value attached to it. So let's appraise it. Start appraising. New appraisal. Let's go. Let's take the URL here. Save the URL. It helps if they can this one may actually have quite a bit going for it. So one of the things to always look out for is differences in the measurements for these flats, because if you're going to rely on the sizes you're provided with, then you have to make sure that they are accurate. Be lucky and get to see the EPC for those properties, whether they've been done or not. So yeah, that's that. We have a price, let's say 120,000. Property types, commercials, mixed use, before we do the mega stack. Okay, so this was what, number 18. Right, interesting. So this is loaded stuff from the EPC. Number 18, A3, A4, A5, the restaurant. Okay, we know that already. Number 18 is in here. So 18A, 147 square meters. That's interesting. Don't know who to believe. We've got 147 over here. Number 5, floor level first. Yeah, it's a difficult one to work out in this one. Who's right, who's wrong. The other thing to note as well is the EPC level, which is G, the rating. It's very low. You'd have to fix that in order to be able to rent this place out. But without further ado, this would probably be the right place to appraise everything about this property. But let's just get something going. Right, so I'll use it. Which is fine. These things are done live. Let's go to this one properly this time. Two bedrooms. Two of these. Okay. The build cost here not that high, so let's bring this down. I'd say it's already split, so let's do 500. So one bed. Again, this might cost a bit more to do, so change that. Fairly huge amount for works. Then we have another row for commercial. 41. This. That really. Commercial in BA4, 5 AM. So commercial, property to rent, EA4. Alright, so 3,550 square meters. Huge amount for rent, but we could make an educated guess. So 1,833 square per calendar month, and we've got 4,000 feet. So 4,000 feet, that's 1 foot would be 1 foot times about 40, which is 40 square meters for the front bit of the store, and multiply by 10.7 to convert from 40 square meters to square feet. So that's £192 per month. To be generous and make this £200 per month, we want a yield of £10. I think this looks good. We can get £200 a month for the front bit of the shop, and we can get the 1 bed. How much? Sale prices. Let's have a look at some sale prices in the area. That seems pretty high. There is something there, so £110, £115. Okay, granted, they're not on the high street and it's not like really, but yeah, there is something there. So what's the time frame? So the earliest is 2018. So between 2018 and 2020. February 2020, these prices were recorded. Now I know that there are drops in value because of COVID and the likely impact. Let me see what the rental demand is like if we have to rent. So the balance market, it's 3 days on the market for most properties. So we've got total for rent 57. Doing 21 transactions per day, per month. Okay. It's not too bad. It was a while, but anything rented on High Street that I can see? Yeah, so right here, this million. Okay, so I think we've got enough to make a decision on this one. 147 is a cracking price for something that's guided between 80 and 120. So there is some profit to be made there. If you're being extremely cautious and you want to reduce this, you can bring this down to the 2 beds. You brought that down to 110, and we brought this one down So it comes down quite a bit, but you can work with that level of margin, being that it's already split, and all you have to do is probably do a touch up and a fix up. Probably wouldn't cost you £90,000 to do it all. We can bring this down a bit to touch up, hopefully. Obviously, we haven't seen it side to know what it looks like. I'm leaving the one bed there because the one bed you need to convert, so there's still a bit to be done there. But definitely, this is a deal. And even if we look at some other figures like the total build cost, the commercial aspect and stuff, this is quite a good one. There's 30% equity in there. You do the works, you pull all your money out when you refinance everything, and I think there's ample stuff here to be able to make a profit. So that's it from me. Obviously, before you do anything, make sure you get the legal pack studied. Make sure you've got people locally who can advise you a bit more on the price. But in terms of doing a desktop appraisal and an appraisal to determine if we're going to go up and have a look, that's ticked that box and that's passed, and I feel confident about this one. But let's wait and see what happens in the auction. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time.